I don't think anyone. Thank you for having me.
Hello there, I am Gifty Auntie and welcome to TSP with me. You know, in our local dialect, we say intensi. It doesn't happen often when you get a great brand visiting not just your country, not just somebody you know, but to get her to come to your studio. Today, listen, take your pens and paper, or you say I'm old school. Okay, take your phone or your laptop or your tablet, because there are going to be some nuggets that you need to put down. My guest today, she is a strategist, a business strategist. She is an author. She's an entrepreneur. She is a conference and international speaker. She's a mother. She's a wife. She's a little crazy. She's a philanthropist. What else should I add? Well, before I introduce her, let me say thank you to Adipa Fabric for my fabric, this African print. And we also say thank you to Leran Collection for my rich auntie vibe. Yeah, I've seen a dollar woman in there, so I have to represent. You know what I mean? Yeah. Thank you to Hair Center for my hair. And then, of course, my makeup by Tava. And then the makeup product from Sigma by Maybelline. My beads, earring, always by Twinny Craft. Ladies and gentlemen, let's put our hands together as we welcome the one and only Mariko Bennett. Woo!
Thank you.
Welcome to the show and thank you for agreeing to come. Kindly take your seat.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
All right, people. So you know we are in for a treat. We'll be back. Welcome. Today, my studio is filled with greatness, and I'll get to introduce some of them. But, you know, it's amazing to meet this young woman to have achieved so much, and she's still restless, you know, on the go and aiming to. Well, I know the first question I'm going to ask her, but I won't tell her now, okay? But before then, let me acknowledge my sponsors, and let's start with Old Mutual Retirement. The new order of retirement is here. Now you can retire on your own terms with a guaranteed monthly income every single year for the rest of your life. Simply invest a lump sum into the Old Mutual Retirement Salary Plan today and start receiving monthly income to enjoy the perfect retirement that you deserve. The part that is most interesting for me is that every single year there is an increment in how much you earn. The same lump sum. You don't have to add many more. It just the same. If it's 50,000, 100,000, every single year you're going to receive an increment on the monthly salary that you receive. Listen, all you have to do is to contact them. Call 050-543 43333 050-453-4333, or go to www.oldmutual.com or simply dial *789*01 to request a call. That's easy. I mean, how else do you want it? You know? Obrapa ahuntonkwa. I also say thank you to Kidsville. Yes, anytime I say Kidsville, I get excited because quite recently, that was in June, on June 15th, they opened their one-stop shopping center on the Spintex Road adjacent to Noble House. And once you walk in, the child in you, if you're not careful, you will be more excited than your own child. But that's where the dreams of your children come to life, from toys to shoes to everything that you can think of. They are there for you, and the reception, customer service, excellent. Thank you to Telcel as well for being a partner for this program. And let me say thank you to the Dr. Beatrice Riafi Adai of Breast Care International and Peace and Love Hospital for actually supporting this particular program, this edition of the program, because we had to pull her and she had to pull others. This woman is very, very busy, but she's here. Thank you to Vena Mineral Water. Vena Mineral Water has a balanced pH level and it's low in sodium. It has all the right quantities of minerals that you need in a purified water, and they believe in giving back to society by sharing love and changing lives. Now to my studio and to the lady who is gracing our set. We're about to have a very beautiful, I know I'm going to be inspired. I know I'm going to be motivated. I know I am going to learn something new. I don't know about you. I hope you feel the same way too. She is Mariko Bennett. She's into women and girls empowerment, but guess what? She is a business strategist. She's an entrepreneur. She is an author. She is international speaker. She's a mother. She's a wife. How do you do it, woman?
I don't know. I wonder about that all the time. I do it because I believe in my methods that I've created, which is my C-Power methodology, and I follow that in every element of my life. And so I'm sure we'll get into that, but that's how I do it. I put together plans and I execute them, and I don't probably sleep as much as most, but that's okay.
You don't sleep much. Do you always follow your own advice? I'm sure you tell people to get some rest.
Rest, I do. And balance in particular is what I talk about. And so there are times for rest, and then there's time for work.
There's time for rest. There's time for... How's growing up like for you?
You said, how's that?
Growing up for you.
Growing up for
Yeah.
me? Oh, growing up was beautiful. I thank God for my parents. I talk a lot about, I thank my mother and my maternal family for introducing me to God, and having a real relationship with him. Not just, I go to church, but actually having a real relationship with God. And I thank my father for instilling in me that I literally can be anything that I dream of. And if I work hard enough for it, I can literally be anything, and there are no barriers. So I always entered into every room that way.
Yeah.
And I always had faith that God was with me and would protect me and would guide me. And so I grew up in a beautiful house with a lot of love.
So you think the God factor made a great difference?
It does.
In your journey?
In belief.
So far.
Absolutely. There's a higher power. It's bigger than me. The work that I do, my purpose, my calling, it's bigger than me. It's bigger than even I can dream of, the work that he has for me to do.
What was that childhood dream that you were so sure you were going to pursue?
I'm doing it right now with you. I would be on TV. And so, this is real. It's very true. Okay. So I talk about it all the time. And I went to a performing arts school.
Okay.
I did dance. My major was speech, a presentational speech. And I knew that I would be in front of audiences.
Right.
What I would be talking about,
Yeah,
no, I didn't have an idea. That was to be flushed out and determined. But I definitely saw the vision that, I would do interviews, I would interview people, I would speak to large audiences. That was the vision and dream that I had. And
were you talkative growing up?
Absolutely. 100%.
The rebel among the rest?
Not a rebel, but definitely confident. And I was a peer mediator, so I really wanted everyone to get along. I was homecoming queen. And so my high school, but I played tennis, I danced, I was very active and I like So even when I play now, I have to have structured play is what I call it. So I always liked structured play. So I would be involved in clubs, I would be involved in programming, but it would be structured, not just hanging around.
You're just hanging
And
around.
even now, if we're going somewhere, I have to have an itinerary, even for vacation.
Yeah. You did mention that you were a homecoming queen.
I was.
You know, and there's been this debate for years, you know, about how vain beauty pageants are, you know, and nothing really comes out of it. And you seem to have turned that around.
Well, yeah, I think that I think you have to do something with the platform. And I like well-studied people. You know, if you're going to be head of the class or if you're going to be representing people, how do you represent them? How do you bring back resources? What are you doing with that platform? It's not just for you. And that's where the God piece comes in for me. Yeah. It's not just for you and you alone. It's for you to build other people.
So it's not just about titles, but what you do with that
title. What you do with that title. It's important.
Okay. So you don't let the title become you. You become the title.
Absolutely. Titles change. And so I see it all the time in corporate America. I see it all the time with my clients. And at the end of the day, it's character. It's not the title. Because titles get stripped. And you've seen this, you know, people are all at the very, very top and then they fall fast, right? You rise fast and you can fall fast. How you treated people along the way and the impact that you had is really what counts the most.
Exactly. Exactly. In one of my books, Room 5005, I was, one of the first to be quarantined during the COVID period. And, you know, I shared the experience of how suddenly I became this nobody wanted to be close to. And how God wanted to play it, I was put in a hotel where, in the past, that's where I started my show, African Regent Hotel. That's where I started, you know, the standpoint, now TSP with Gifty Auntie. And I called there and everybody, Auntie Gifty, I want to take a picture with you. I was saved it. And suddenly, because of COVID, I was placed there and nobody wanted to come close to me. Everything changed. Everything changed. It didn't matter that you are the Gifty Auntie on TV. No. You are suspected to have COVID. So that's it. Nobody wanted to. And it did change me. It did change me. I don't know if you had that, you know, aha moment where something really brought you to your conscience to know that, no, there's a bigger picture than who I have become.
Absolutely. Well, I was in corporate America and I talk about that journey quite a bit. And in Washington, D.C., representing global companies. So I represented a global engineering company. I represented a global healthcare company, two of the largest in the world. And when you walked in the door, you know, you introduced yourself by title. I'm Mariko and I'm with so and such and I'm this and that. And when I had to leave corporate America, and I had to. My body told me it was time to go. Heart palpitations, anxiety attacks, walking in the door. At that time in America, you know, I have two boys. They're grown men now, but they'll always be my boys. They were young boys.
Mama talking.
Oh, yeah. They were, absolutely. They will always be my boys. And we were at a time in America that, you know, where our boys were being slain in the street. You know, it was a really rough time to be in a political space and environment. An African-American woman as an executive who raising black boys, where I had to go in and put a face on like I was okay, but our community was absolutely not okay. And so I found myself, you know, leading these dual lives, but I walked in, you know, and I had to leave. So my body said, it's time for you to go. But then I'm thinking, what will I do next? Right? What will all these friends that I have, all these invitations that I have, all of, you know, this life that I have with this 6-figure job and this corporate credit card and traveling all over and, you know, making friends. And, but So, and it
You had
ended
to?
up working out well. Look, I'm here with you today in
Yeah.
Ghana.
And I have you here with me.
7 years later, it was
Yeah.
worth it. It was all worth it. So I
it.
found myself in a period in space where I was not certain how I would be received once I was ready to
Yeah.
launch and start out on my own. But
Have you ever had the pressure of having to carry your community with you?
100% all day, every day. And I do. But I don't look at it as pressure. I look at it as an opportunity to carry them with me and for them to carry me and support me because we need our community to build us up, to lift us up, and to carry us into spaces and places that aren't always as friendly to us as we'd like.
You are a woman on the move, obviously. You are a woman who is, charting a path. Maybe some have gone ahead of you or charted that path before, but there are certain paths that you will be the first to go through that. What are some of the things you look out for? Because, it doesn't matter where you find yourself in. Being a woman and being in a certain space can be quite challenging.
Yeah, making sure that I'm not making sure that I change that space. I don't want to be the only one, right? And so I am right now working to make sure that, we have 2 African American women in the United States Senate, not just one. And so Lisa Blunt Rochester from the great state of Delaware, who's the congresswoman there.
Right.
And then our county executive in Maryland, Angela Also Brooks, who's running for the United States Senate. And I'm saying, let's get both of them in. It's not okay. We don't just want one, right? And so when I enter into spaces and I'm the only one, I'm bringing someone with.
Right.
For them to also have the experience and them to also have the opportunity. So that's what I am doing. I'm making sure that I'm not the only one. And if I am the first, I will not be the last. And I'm not going at it alone.
As someone who is into women empowerment, you think it's very important that women do this?
100%. We have to build each other,
do
inspire. How do we do it? By building each other up and not tearing each other down, giving grace. Is the biggest word. We have to give grace. We're not going to be perfect, and that's okay.
Yeah.
Perfection is overrated. I strive for excellence, not perfection. And if someone does not show up perfect.
Okay, hold on. You strive for excellence, not perfection.
That's right.
What's the difference?
So perfection, I just believe it's not real. I don't know how you can be absolutely perfect. I do have a continuous improvement model. And that means that I'm always saying, okay, what could we have done better? It's kind of we call it areas of growth. So where could we have had, what was our area of growth with that opportunity? But striving for excellence means that I am going to do my absolute best. I am going to cross all the T's. I'm going to dot all the I's. But guess what? Sometimes I miss something, and that's okay. And that's where grace needs to be given to one another, and building each other up and uplifting each other and telling each other's story when we're not in the room. Right. Talking about the wonderful work that each and every one of us is doing and connecting the dots for people who can help to build us.
Right. Have you ever been described as a restless soul?
Ooh, probably all the time and often. Probably all the time and often. And the energy, I hear about my energy all the time.
Yeah.
I'm keeping it calm
your
for you right now.
Infectious. Your energy is infectious. Yeah, right.
Thank you.
Right.
I'm keeping it calm. They tell me slow down when you come to Ghana. So hopefully I'm slowing down.
Really?
A little bit.
This is slow down.
Yes.
I don't want to see you in the element. I don't want to see you in the element. But you're a business strategist. So what exactly do you do?
Sure.
So do you take businesses? Is it is that your profession, or is something that you gain by experience?
Sure, I'll tell you about that. So I started a company 7 years ago by the name of Cocoa Bee Productions.
Yeah.
And as I told you before, I was groomed in corporate America from several of the largest companies. And I acquired certain skills and relationships. And so Cocoa Bee Productions is a marketing company. It's an event production company,
Okay.
a fundraising company,
Okay.
and strategic partnerships. So we serve the largest companies in the world. Our clients are everyone from Pfizer to Aflac to Walgreens to Amazon, literally the biggest companies in the world.
Lord.
And we work with them in one of those 4 pillars. And so sometimes that looks like, and they come to me with problems. I use my C-Power methodology all the time.
Yeah.
So they come to me and they have these visions. I'll talk about Amazon, one of our marquee projects. It was called the Shine Conference. And they wanted to bring together 3, the most senior African Black women, right? So it was African American. If you considered yourself a Black person, they wanted to bring the women together for a conference from all over the world. And they wanted all of these Black women to know that Amazon was the place for them, that they believed in them and wanted to empower them. So they came to me with that vision, the executives. And they said, we want everyone to come in and feel empowered and inspired and uplifted, and that Amazon, cares for them and they have space for them. So we created the Amazon Shine Summit. 350 Black women from all over the world for all of the Amazon brands. And we produced it. It was amazing. We had Usher Raymond was there. Okay. And that was before the tour. And DJ Beverly Bond and Lisa Nichols. We had all these amazing speakers. But this is what I love the best. When those Black women walked off of the elevator, I wasn't even prepared for this.
Right.
So they came to me with this vision.
Right.
We customized a plan, and we only had 6 months to create this. And then we cultivated it, and boy, did we do some work. You want to talk about some sleepless nights. And then we fine-tuned, we measured, we tracked it, and it manifested. I was not ready for these women to walk off of the elevator and burst into tears because we had created a space that was for them, by us. And it was, absolutely incredible. And so folks come to me, my clients, with a vision and a dream, and they ask me to build the plan and execute it. And that's what we do.
Let me take a break. When we come back, we are going to look at how you became this structured and how you are able to plan, strategize and keep to it, and then you transfer by teaching people, businesses, individuals, and groups how to do this. And what brought you to Ghana? Let me take a break. Well, again, I say thank you to Adipa Fabric for my fabric. My kaftan is by Liran Collection. Thank you so much. Hair by Hair Center. They are at East Legon. Makeup by Taiva. And then, of course, makeup product. Sigma by Maybelline. My bracelet, my beads by Twinny Craft. We take a break. When we come back. Oh, before we go, thank you to Bigo House of Food, Auntie Vera and the team, 10 years supporting us. We're so grateful to you. Mrs. Oforipoko, God bless you. We are grateful to our cuisine, and of course, our environment always be kept clean by Yep Cleaning Service. And my beautiful plant, this is, water rose, and then we have the palm and all the plant, every plant you see on the set, it's real, it's live, and it's from E-Garden, the healing place, Heaven Zen Garden on Instagram. So you can follow them and get your beautiful plant. We'll be back. Alrighty, welcome back. And again, I say thank you to Cateville, where your child's dream comes to life and your own child, your own childhood, whatever, comes to life too. Well, let me say thank you to Telecel as well, and Vena Mineral Water. Vena Mineral Water has a balanced pH level. It's low in sodium, and it has all the right minerals that you deserve. Thank you to Old Mutual, and they said the new order of retirement is here. Now you can retire on your own terms with a guaranteed monthly income for the rest of your life. Simply invest a lump sum into the Old Mutual Retirement Salary Plan today and start receiving a monthly income to enjoy a perfect retirement. The best part is you get to enjoy added benefits of an annual increase. That easy. Call Old Mutual on 050-453-4333 or visit www.oldmutual.com or simply dial *789*01# to place a call. Obrapa Ahuto Enkwa. And I'm still having a conversation with a Mariko. What's the meaning of Mariko?
It means child of truth or beautiful flower. And it's a Japanese name. I know. Okay. Like, and my father, blame him. There was a show called Shogun.
Okay.
Back when I was born in the late 70s, early 80s.
Right.
And also I was born in Northern California, which has the highest Asian population in the United States. And so my dad heard the name Mariko and he was all about it. But it is
my
true.
Child. This is my flower.
Yes, this is my flower, but I am the child of truth. I am very much going to tell the truth.
Yeah.
I am going to be very honest.
And how much does honesty, how much role does it play? How important is it when it comes to building a brand?
So I believe in honesty, and the truth sometimes does hurt. So I am trying to learn how to be honest without being brutally honest. And so, but because I want the truth. I can only get better if you tell me what my areas of growth are and what I did wrong. And I think that we owe that to people if we want them to grow.
Okay.
If I'm always like, oh, that's so good, that's so great. Yeah. So even with my children, I'm like, no, that wasn't great. We're going to do it again. And so, and with my team, for me, it is about when you leave me and go on to do greater things, you should be better because you worked with me. And that is only going to come from me being honest with you.
What kind of mother are you?
What kind of mother am I? Well, my daughter is in the audience today. I think...
Okay, hold on. Let me go to your daughter. Let me hear from her, Okay. Hello.
Hi.
You didn't think I would come to you, right?
No.
What's your name?
I'm Mackenzie.
Mackenzie. Are you mommy's girl or daddy's girl?
A mommy's girl.
Your mommy, so you follow mommy everywhere. What kind of mom is your mother?
A very loving and caring one. She's supportive, but she will tell you when you're wrong. She will keep you in check, but always make sure that you're at the best you can be.
Is she a disciplinarian?
When I'm wrong. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I mean, when you're wrong.
Yeah.
Don't you think sometimes she goes overboard because she wants you?
Yes.
She does. Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. She's honest, so you have to be honest.
Yes.
Or are you being brutally honest?
I think I'm just honest.
Okay.
Yeah. I like being honest with people.
Okay. Is it your first time of traveling with her? No, you go to places with her. Okay.
I love traveling with her.
Are you the youngest?
I am.
Yeah. Okay. The youngest for now, right?
That's
Maybe
she's done.
She's done.
Okay, now you are playing God now. How do you know? Maybe they may be your patient baby. You never know. Okay, now let's pass on the microphone to. Can you please introduce yourself? You.
Oh, I'm Khadijah Barkley.
Khadijah, okay.
Yes.
And you are a friend of Mariko?
I am actually traveling with Mariko and Mackenzie to this beautiful country. Yes.
Okay. What kind of relationship would you say you have?
Mariko is one of my dear friends.
Okay.
I met her in one of a community organization that we're both involved in, the Links Incorporated. We were inducted into that community organization together, and we have become fast friends.
Okay. So more like sisters now?
Much more like sisters.
And when you see her, what comes to your mind?
She's just a beautiful soul. She cares about people. She's extremely giving. She's a wonderful mother, but more so, she believes in the best in people, and she requires the best of the people that she surrounds herself with.
What is that one thing you wish you would change or do better?
For myself?
Yeah, for her.
For her, the one thing that I think that I wish that she would do better is take better care of herself. She talks about certain needs, certain goals that she has for herself. And I wish she would make that more important because she cares about other people a great deal and she does for others. And I would like for her to do that same thing for
She
herself.
puts others first.
She does all the time. Yes, she does, and she's so giving, and she's so caring. So, and I'm saying that to myself at the same time.
Right.
So birds of a feather flock together.
Exactly. So, exactly.
We're making some promises to hold one another accountable in those areas when we get back to the States.
Okay. Dr. Beatrice Yafiada as a here. Now, a woman I've known for years. She's one of the very first people who came on the show when we started 16 years ago at the African Region Hotel. And I remember our first discussion. Pregnancy did not stop me. And that product of that pregnancy is actually sitting at the back there. And she is a gynecologist. Please put your hands together. Anytime I get to speak to young people, I use you as an example. And I'm sure you've heard it over and over again. When I'm being interviewed, I talk about you. But how did you get to meet this amazing young woman?
Thank you so much, Gifty. I'm happy to be back.
But you're not back here. One of these days, soon you'll be back here, one-on-one. Yeah, yes. We have a lot to catch up on.
Yes, I know. I hear. So in 2022, the Global Health Catalyst Summit was held in Washington, D.C.
Right.
And one of our brothers, who is a member of the Global Health Catalyst, Mr. Eric Browse, organized a dinner for us in his home.
Okay.
And Mariko and the husband came to the dinner. And she was so passionate about everything I spoke about, breast cancer in Ghana and all that. So the following day, we went to visit in her home.
Okay.
Met her husband and met Mackenzie, who is a daughter, and got to know that she wants to become a doctor in the future.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Yeah.
So again, last year we had the summit in University of Pennsylvania, but this year we had it in Johns Hopkins again.
Okay.
And so Mr. Eric Browse told me, do you know Mariko is saying she's coming to Ghana? I say, how? He said, it's true. So we went to church, and that was on the 9th of June. We went to church. After church, they came to the church, and after church, we went for lunch.
Yeah.
And she told me herself, she's coming to Ghana on 24th of June. I said, you are welcome. And so it was like a joke.
Yeah.
But she was serious. Yes. And I'm so happy she came.
Right.
She has given a lot to us.
Right.
We went to Mansell's Secondary Technical School, where they have 800 girls in the school, and she spoke to them.
Wow.
She gave them the women empowerment session,
right,
and gave them a lot of gifts,
wow,
books, pencils, pens, and everything. I just wonder how she carried all those bags from the US to Ghana.
Right.
And sometimes you want to go and pick them with their luggage, you need to get another car because it's not fitting in one car. And so from there, we had the Meet the Survivor session in Kumasi. Okay. The room was full of breast cancer survivors.
Wow.
And she had another session with them, gave more gifts. And I took Mackenzie to theater with me. For the first time, she entered and saw 2 types of surgeries.
Wow.
One lumpectomy, one mastectomy. which I believe is going to help her to take the right decision in future. And we
we all know that she's trying to get you to be a breast cancer, surgeon. Yeah.
So mother is doing a lot in that, so she has to come on board.
Right.
And then on Sunday we went to church at the Assemblies of God Church in Asokore Mampong. Sorry, where she gave again a talk to the church, especially the women, empowering every woman. And I personally have learned a lot.
Right.
I invited my nurses to also come and learn.
Right.
And today I invited the breast cancer survivors to also come and hear something.
Right.
Because we need to grow as women.
Yeah, exactly.
And I tell the men that if we are empowering the women, we are making their work easier.
Yeah, exactly.
When the woman is more empowered, you don't have to tell her to do A, B, C.
Right.
If you are not around, she knows that, the baby is sick. I have to take her to the hospital.
Right.
I don't have to wait for my husband to come.
Exactly.
Unfortunately, we are seeing that.
Yeah.
And a lot of women are losing babies because the father is not there. I have to wait for the father before I go to the hospital. And so that thing has to stop.
Exactly.
And I'm so grateful.
Oh, wow.
Thank you.
That's amazing. So what originally brought you to Ghana?
Originally is my daughter Mackenzie, and so so Mackenzie is going to be a senior in high school and has expressed interest in being a surgeon. From her 9th grade to 10th grade summer, she participated in Georgetown University's program, lived on campus. And then from her 10th grade to 11th grade summer, she was a page in the United States Senate and lived on Capitol Hill for several weeks. And so this summer, I said, it's time for some international work. And she's a cellist also, so she plays the cello. But she wants to be a surgeon. And so I said, well, let's build a program for you that's international, where you can actually learn more about the medical profession. And I called Eric and told him, and I was like, you think you could connect me with Dr. Beatrice? Maybe we can go see the Peace and Love Hospital. And sure enough, it manifested, and it's been a beautiful experience for both myself, Mackenzie, and I think Khadijah as well.
Khadijah, maybe you may leave Khadijah here, you never know.
She is having the time.
You may leave her here. That's amazing. I mean, for you to choose Ghana of all the African, because I'm sure this is not the first African country you've visited. It is the first time in Ghana, but you've been to other African countries, so you could have chosen any country, but you came to Ghana. Now,
because of Dr. Beatrice.
Because of Dr. Beatrice.
Absolutely. Yes. And I have another
you.
Friend who has a daycare here, and Mackenzie loves children as well. And so I said, I can build you a program.
Yeah. Aren't you blessed to have a mother like Mariko? Well done for doing this for your girl. Your girl. I do that. So I go everywhere with my daughter. So she's just 6 going on 7, but every weekend, so day I decide to rest. I said, so mommy, you mean we are not going anywhere? I said, no, we are not going anywhere.
That's Mackenzie.
You mean we are not going anywhere? No, and she will ask you 1,001 times why. But throughout your submission, keep talking about your CCC.
Oh yes, my C power. Yes, I'll tell you about blueprinting.
Yes,
my purpose work.
Can you give us a bit of insight into that?
Absolutely, and that's my purpose work and what I've written several books about. And so I created.
How many books do you have now?
So technically 6, but I've released 5. I'm holding back on 1 because I'm working on a partnership for that one.
Okay. And you can have it on Amazon,
Barnes and Noble, or on my website.
Okay. All right.
And so I created a system called blueprinting, and blueprinting was developed to help people to manifest their dreams or drive self-improvement, right? So or drive self-improvement. And through blueprinting, I have my 4 C's of manifestation, where I believe you have to crystallize your vision into it's got to be clear. You have to be really clear on what do I want to manifest in my life? So that's the first C. And then the second C is you have to customize a plan that works for you in your life, right?
Okay.
I've got 3 kids, a husband, 2 companies. So I have to customize what this actually looks like. And then I have to cultivate it. I have to do the work because my dreams don't work unless I do. I can have all the dreams and visions in the world, but with no goals and no deadlines and no plans,
Don't work.
not going to manifest it. And then the fourth and final C is curate. You need to measure, you need to track, you need to fine tune what's working, what's not working. How do I reevaluate this? And then we have 7 life focus areas where you can apply these principles because that's where we believe that actually creates balance, right?
Okay.
Physical body is one, mindset is another, social is another, relationships. And then, of course, professional and financial, right?
Okay,
And
yeah.
spirituality.
Let's see, okay.
That's balance in life.
right.
We can't only be workaholics, right?
yeah.
We can't only be social butterflies.
Right.
You know, if you really want balance, you have to look at all of those life focus areas.
You really need to be strategic in everything that you do. Even when it comes to parenting, it comes to your self-care, if it comes to your professional life, your spiritual life, you have to have a clear plan.
Absolutely.
You need to crystallize it. You need to customize it. And the other C, you need to cultivate it
and curate it.
and curate it. That's amazing. That's amazing. And you've been preaching this, quote unquote, preaching this for how long? 7
Oh my
years?
goodness, more than 7. I probably have been doing this work for, because I started it before I left corporate America. And so I've been doing this work well over a decade, almost probably 15 years now. It's my purpose work. It is what I would do if I didn't make a penny for it.
Marika, are you fulfilled?
I am fulfilled. Yes. However, I told you I'm continuous improvement. So what's next? I dreamed of doing this work internationally. It was on my vision board. And now that's starting to manifest, and I can't wait to see what more God has in store. So I am fulfilled, but I know He has more for me to do.
Do you have plans in going to politics?
Absolutely not.
Oh my God. Now you got me there. Absolutely, I was expecting yes. And then
I love politics, and I was professionally. I grew up in politics, and so people call me all the time, and I support politicians, the right politicians. But for me to run myself, I'm not interested. I don't like what they do to politicians.
Yeah, your constituency is bigger. Is the world.
Yeah, it's the world. It's the world. But I'm here to support politicians all day, every day. We need them.
Especially women in politics?
100% women in politics. I just told you my 2. We're going to get in. Yes. And I posted several events, and I'm going to host a bunch more.
Right.
I'm going to make sure that we have the right leadership for the next generation.
Talking about the next generation, how worried are you about social media?
Terribly worried, and we need restrictions. And it's under our watch. I tell people all the time, we're the adults in the room. It's under our watch. This is what we're doing under our watch. And so, you know, and I'm like, they're going to fix it though. I do believe that the next generation is going to fix it. But I'm very worried about it. We shouldn't have it 24 hours a day. It should be censored. You can't have access to everything. And some of that stuff, you and I both know, I don't want access to it. I don't want to see it.
No,
so
especially now with the TikTok. Whew.
So I don't want the kids to see it. I think we need some censors. There were certain things we had no idea about. Now they have all access. So we need to censor it.
Mariko, you are an amazing woman, and I am blessed, to share this set with you, because I know I'm not going to be the same. We have this little token for you, and I pray and hope you'll like it, because when you look at me, you can guess what it is. But you can come here without taking a bit of me.
I know that's right. I love it.
A bit of me with you. So we have this token from Twinny Craft for you.
Looky. Can I show it to everyone? Wow.
We have this.
Wow. That is fabulous.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You are welcome.
So you're a gift giver too, huh?
Yes. And
it's beautiful.
for a woman, she doesn't know that, but to Dr. Beatrice Riafiade, this we have for you from Geisha. Geisha, last for we say a last like a mother's love. Your love is not only for your kids, for the survivors or breakers, for a number of women and young people across the country. And we say we appreciate you. So we have this token of Geisha soap and some product from Pepsodent and Close Up, all by Unilever, to say Ayuko for what you've done. But please make sure Mariko tries, especially my favorite is the honey one. Make sure she tries it before she goes. So give her one. Mariko's just, and Khadija will have, and then, yes. So we say, we say thank you, little. We appreciate what you're doing for Mother Ghana and for the women.
Mother Ghana, I love it.
And there's another surprise for you.
Oh my goodness.
Dr. Beatrice Riafiade has a surprise for you.
Whoa.
Oh, wow.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
This is for her? Wow.
Look at that.
Do you understand this? Let me explain to you. It's the one who climbs a good tree that deserves the push. So it's the one who is charting or pursuing something positive that deserves the support. So this entry we say near or food piano. The one who climbs a good tree is the one who is pushed and supported. So this is definitely you and your story.
That is beautiful.
And this is for you, Khadija. Woo, this is you. Supporting hand, supporting Mariko. This is you supporting and carrying Africa with you and supporting your sister. This is for you.
Oh, look at here. We gave you all that stuff. Look at this. That's beautiful.
This is for you from Dr. Beatrice Riafiade.
Oh, that is so beautiful.
And then this is from Mackenzie. This is for you. Say greetings from Ghana. And look at you. You know, you were carried when you were little. Now you're going to grow into a woman who you will carry as well. Not just your own baby, but the many people who will look up to you. The legacy that your mother continues. Carry this not at the back, but on your head as well. So wish you well. From Dr. Beatrice Riafiade.
That's so beautiful. That's so beautiful. I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm glad you like it.
Oh, yeah.
Before you go, let me let you speak to the constituency that you're concerned about, women and girls, not only in Ghana, across Africa and across the world, who will be watching this episode and having the privilege of listening to you.
So to the women and girls, this is what I will leave you with. Number one, God gives you visions, believe them. They're yours and yours alone. You see them. You know what's in your mind and what's in your heart. And it's important for you to believe it. Because you can't be what you can't see. And so see it and believe it and feel free to share it with others, because you never know who's going to be able to come into your life that can support you to get you to that manifestation of those visions and dreams. Also, feel free to reach out to individuals online. One of my favorite employees, well, my sister is my favorite, I must say that. She's my executive assistant, love her. She's 5 years older than me, and she supports me. But one of my other favorite employees is a young lady by the name of Kennedy Jones, who found me on the internet, reached out to me and said, I want to work for you. Here's my resume. And she went to my alma mater. I said, hire her immediately. And she did. And she's one of my absolute favorites. And so never be afraid to share those visions and dreams and goals with other people, because they can support you and help you. But your dreams don't work unless you do. So don't let those dreams just die in your head and in your heart. Write them down. Make them plain, create a vision board for it, create a plan, and begin to execute it. And remember, your dreams don't work unless you do. So get to work.
Somebody said, even God has a plan. Yeah. Even Jesus had a plan. And we have to have a plan as well. Said, your dreams don't work unless you make them work. Thank you so much, Maiko. I know this will not be the last. I'm sure we're going to meet again. Anytime I'm in America, I'm going to look out for you.
Please.
I'm going to look for you.
Please.
And anytime you come down here again, you know you're willing to. And I'll be following you on social media too. On Facebook and Instagram.
Yeah, absolutely.
To make sure
I'm
that,
on both.
I get abreast with whatever you do. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. Wish you all the best. We can't wait to see what God is going to use you to achieve.
Thank you.
Cheers
Thank you so much.
Cheers to your next level of greatness.
That part. That part.
Yes. Thank you. I'll be back with a bit of me. Girl, you're a bad girl.
No, I'm not a bad girl.
You're a bad girl.
No.
You do it differently.
When I was younger, I used to wonder, why are these women like this? Why are they so angry? Why do they talk too much? They should tone down. And then when I got in, I realized there's so much more that people don't see, and it just builds a defense character, a character that's more projecting. I have been called all the names. There is not one name that I have not been called back home. Even the people that you are fighting for, the women, will come out and say, you're a traitor. It's all about you. You don't. But if you focus on that, I feel like you lose the whole point. During the party primaries, they were attempting to ban me in my own car. And, so I've chosen that life, and I feel like because I have chosen that life, I don't think it is fair that the people around me are subjected to things that I have chosen.
You decided to make the best of it by causing chaos in Parliament. She is the woman who wore white, went to Parliament and smeared it with, what was it? Was it a ketchup or was it just true blood?
Nobody believes that I was on my period. I don't know why. I just don't know why.
The fear of the unknown has kept many captive. The fear of failure, the fear of making mistakes, the fear of being laughed at, the fear of being stigmatized. Fear. The best amongst us is the one who is able to conquer fear. And you don't conquer fear once and for all. You may have to conquer it every time. Fear is part of life. It will come. But how to conquer it, how to build your confidence and take that calculated risk is what will make the difference. Always remember that life happens, and that when the worst happens, remember you will need people. When the great happens, remember you need people to celebrate with. So in all that doing, do not forget. Conquer fear and do not forget the ones who have held your hands. I'm a woman with super crazy faith in God. I believe in the spirit, in the order, in the ideology of being grateful in all situations. God has got us, but He has also given us wisdom. Thanks for watching. See you same time next week. Bye for now.